on screen, and I want to hear because you also read and study so much, and you're very kind and generous, and you have so much knowledge. I know this. That's why we all also wanted to hear something from you this evening. So please go ahead, Prabhu.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakya Chakshuromilitam Yena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayani Jinamine. First of all, I offer Dandavat Pranam, millions of times to the dust of the lotus feet of my beloved Gurudev Nityalila Parishno Vishnupada Stota Sata Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayani Swami Maharaj. Second of all, I offer obeisances to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis headed by Sripad Bhakti Siddhanti Maharaj. A little nervous. So, Maharaj, you've been speaking a lot about sadhu sangha and how Mahat Satsang transforms us, the subtle body. So, I just wanted to attest to this in my personal life, just to glorify Srila Gurudev. And I was remembering that for 22 years of my life, I have lived this human life in vain. Just like this analogy is given of a dog trying to chew the chewed in this material life. And once there was a dog, he was severed from his owner, lost and hungry. And he found one bone in the street, an old bone, sharp bone, of course. And he started to chew this bone. And the sharp edges of this bone started to cut his tongue. And as he's cutting his tongue, he's relishing his own blood. And he's thinking this is enjoyment. A few other dogs, they saw this. They're also hungry and lost. And they began to attack him, thinking, I want a piece of that happiness you're getting. I wanted to relish that. So they start attacking his body, and one after another, each dog start to attack each other body as they're getting that bone. So this is like our position in this material world. We're trying to chew the chewed. So I was remembering this month and year makes 15 years since I've had the good fortune of meeting and getting darshan, my first darshan of my beloved Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. And I was in that position of a dog, not knowing what this human form of life is. And due to his mercy, all glories to Srila Gurudev, due to his mercy, I remember when he gave me Harinam initiation, I was fortunate to be alone in the room with him. His sevak went to attend to some other duties. And he said to me, from now on, you have no mother, you have no father, you have no brother, you have no sister. You only have Shri Guru. So of course, I couldn't understand this. And for years, I pondered upon this. So Maharaj recently, about 2 months ago, when you started your Caitanya Caritamrta class, you said, Bhagavatam speaks about the success, what is real success, having a human form of life and meeting a pure devotee. And I remember this again. And also, Mahaprabhu, the night before taking sannyas, he told Vishnu Priya that this world is temporary. And the only truth are the Vaishnavas and Krishna. He said all relationship in this world, it's temporary, will come to an end inevitably by destiny, by time. So, Chakshudana Dilaye Janme Janme Prabhu say, birth after birth, Shri Guru is coming there for us. Our relationship now is temporary. And Shri Guru told me this in the beginning and I couldn't understand. Not that I fully understand up to now. And Guru will be there for us birth after birth. But not that I will try to give Guru that trouble. I will try to take forever to come out of this material realm. Of course not. So after having the good fortune of being in Vrindavan and Navadvip Dham this year and coming back from in March, coronavirus spiked. And I was telling my wife, look, we're looking at the news and like everyone else, we're doing panic shopping and securing ourselves. But this, we're not seeing what Yudhishthira Maharaj said, his answer to the Yaksha, when the Yaksha asked, what is the most amazing thing in this world? What is the most wonderful thing? And Yudhishthira Maharaj said, countless of jiva, living entities are dying every day. But we're thinking we're going to live forever. None of us are thinking that we're going to die. And this is our position. And none of us are thinking, Ram Nam Satya here, I'll be on that death toll, hundreds of thousands of predicted deaths are going to be there, but it's not going to happen to me. So why all this suffering in this material world? Fortunately, as we know, this world is dukkhalayam, full of suffering, misery and suffering. But Sanatana Goswami, for us, the Bada Jiva, has asked these questions to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, who am I? Mahaprabhu replied, Jivara Surapahai Krishnara Nityadas, Krishnara Tatashta Shakti Abheda Veda Prakash. Basically, we're an eternal servant of Krishna, marginal energy, and simultaneously one and non-different from the Lord. So if a beggar in the street is confronted by a stranger and the stranger says to him, what are you doing here? Your father is a wealthy man. The stranger will become puzzled, bewildered. What are you saying? So Mahaprabhu was asked this question by Sanatana Goswami. Of course, for us Bada Jivas, he asked, so if I'm an eternal servant of Krishna, why am I suffering? Mahaprabhu replied, Krishna boli se jivan arir mahirmuk ateva maya tare daya samsarido. So since the beginning of time, Anadir, we've turned our face away from Krishna and we're suffering samsara dukkha, suffering again and again. So whose fault is it, really and truly? We're understanding that it is my fault. As Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj said, we have entered a land of exploitation. And the time factor, past, present, and future, we have come in contact with that, with thought and space. And we perform action and we get reaction. And also, we have come here to become masters, but actually, we are losers. So, in Jaiva Dharma, which is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, which explains the constitutional function of the soul, it explains Nitya Dharma and Naimitika Dharma. Nitya Dharma, which is eternal, and Naimitika, temporary Dharma. So the example is giving of water. Water, when we think of water, it's in a liquid state. When water is exposed to extreme heat, it becomes gaseous, vaporizes. Likewise, when it comes in contact with freezing temperature, it solidifies. So if an ignorant person goes to Antarctica and sees that's solid ice, and he's been told by scientists it's been there for millions of years or what's not, and he's going to think this ice has been permanent and it's going to continue to be permanent. So likewise, we're seeing each other every day in our different positions and thinking he's a wealthy man, he's a pauper, he's a king, he's a doctor, or whatever situation we're thinking this is our permanent situation. Being in this avidya, in this ignorance. So if that ice is exposed to normal temperature, it liquidifies once again because of proper temperature. So just like Sri Guru comes with his proper temperature and associating with Sri Guru out of when Krishna's mercy becomes thick, out his kripa, his karuna, his compassion, his mercy, he comes. And good fortune, according to Gaur Govinda Maharaj, good fortune arises. And Maharaj, you've been speaking about what is auspiciousness. So good fortune arises, and the Bada Jiva get exposed to Sri Guru out of his kind mercy, his compassion. And right temperature is applied to the Jiva in our ice state. The comparison is given there. I'm my analogy. And associating with Shiguru, he tries to revive our Krishna consciousness and tells us, you're not this form as like ice. You are in this conditioned state. Come, I will tell you, you're not this body, and you're learning, and you're getting like a paradigm shift in consciousness and understanding that you are different. So we are like actors on a stage. The soul takes different births. In different births, and we're associating with wife, children like this, and the actor on the stage, he changes costumes, and we're thinking that each life that we're in that permanent situation, not realizing it's just roles that we are playing over and over again. So Maharaj, you've been explaining how important sadhu sangha is, and without sadhu sangha, our life is meaningless. But when sadhu comes and he tells us and he gives us this instruction on how to elevate ourselves, change our state of consciousness and become Krishna conscious, we expect this to get Krishna Prem cheaply. In this material world, if we want to study to be a doctor, we have to study 7-8 years, or we have to work so hard in order and endeavor so hard day and night, struggling for material comforts. But we expect Krishna Prem just by chanting a few rounds and for it to come cheaply. We do not want to endeavor, but Gurudev has explained that Mother Yashoda, she tried to bind Krishna, and she was always 2 fingers too short. So sadhan, she performed that sadhan in order to get that kripa, that mercy of the Lord. So we have to understand that we have to work hard and perform that sadhan bhajan in order to attain that Krishna Prem. And how fortunate we are, we're hearing this Caitanya Caritamrta for almost 60 days by your mercy, O Maharaj. And Mahaprabhu only comes once in a day of 12 hours of Brahma, which is like within 1,000 Kali Yugas. And look how fortunate we are. Only 500 years ago, Mahaprabhu came, and we're hearing from his associates, we're meeting his associates, we're reading their book, and we're coming in direct contact with Mahaprabhu through his associates. So Gogovardhan Maharaj said, a day without Harikatha is an unfortunate day. So Maharaj, we thank you very much. In this like Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada said, this body is a bad bargain. So this coronavirus is a bad bargain. We're in lockdown. But the bliss of it all is hearing Harikatha just gradually transform and cleanse the heart, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So one day Krishna can come and take rest, Vishra. So please continue with your Harikatha. And like you said, wish this can go on forever. And likewise, I wish. And my wife was reminding me the other day that Gurudev said, if you lock up in one room and you just keep chanting, you will see everything, sincerely, of course, everything will be arranged. And you also can attest to this by yesterday when you were saying that so many devotees are looking out and through Guru Dev's mercy and Krishna's mercy and taking care of the center and everything. So, Panchakalpaturya Sakripasindhaveda Patitanam Pavanivachana.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Very good. Om Agya Shalakaya चक्षुरुमृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय सदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरकृष्णे नमः। राधाचिन्तानिवेशनं यस्य कान्तिविलोपितः श्रीकृष्णचरणं वन्दे राधालिङ्गितं विग्रहम्। अस्ति श्वासतरुणीकाराग्रहविगलितकल्पप्रसूनकृतं वस्तु प्रस्तुतवेणुनादलहरी निर्वाणनिर्वयाकुलम्। स्रष्टस्रष्टनिरुद्धनिविलासद्गोपीसहस्रावृतं हस्तन्यासनटपरवग्रम् अखिलोदरं किशोराकृति। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्षे क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयी तं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। बर्होतं सविलासकुन्तलभरं माधुर्यमग्नामनं प्रौनमिलं नवयौवनं प्राविलसदवेणु प्राणधनामृतम्। आपिनस्थन कुदमलाभिरभितो गोभिराराधितं ज्योतिश्चेतसि नश्चक्षुस्तु जगतम् एकाभिरामद्भुतम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। बोलो हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। We just heard very well said by Sri Rup Kishore Prabhu. And remember, almost a month back, I was explaining, I was telling that I will travel everywhere in the world and stay in different ashrams and different houses. And I was explaining about one family, and that family was Rupnar. I didn't mention his name earlier, but when I stayed with them the first time, I was so impressed to see how, even in household life, practicing Krishna consciousness with his wife, with his daughter, just like as we do in our temples, getting up in the morning, doing Mangal Arati, Tulsi Parikrama, and then everyone sit and read Srimad Bhagavatam. And after that, offering prasadam and going to work. So it was such nice experience. And we just heard from him the glories of Srila Gurudev, how he comes in our life. And just like Mahaprabhu and Nityan Prabhu, he comes in a life and dissipates all that darkness of means the ignorance in which we always get absorbed in. We heard yesterday how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityan Prabhu, they are like sun and moon, as Sri Rup Krishna Prabhu reminded us of Srila Gurudev, and I'm very much thankful to him. And when he was speaking, I was remembering the comparison of sun and moon we are hearing in detail since yesterday. This all applies to Srila Gurudev also, because Chaitanya Charitamrita says, "Yadyapi Amar Guru Chaitanya Das, Tathapi Janiyami Tahar Prakash." The Prakash, the manifestation of Mahaprabhu is Sri Nityananda Prabhu, his Prakash. So, Sri Gurudev is Acharya Mam Vijaniya, a direct manifestation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and representing Sri Nityan Prabhu. So the example of sun and moon, which we heard yesterday, applied to Mahaprabhu and Nityan Prabhu, similarly applied to Shri Gurudev. He is effulgent like sun. Sun gives light, means sun gives knowledge to entire universe. One sun is enough to give the knowledge, the gyan, the vidya of four kinds, according to Bhagavatam. Anvikshani, Varta, Terai, and uh, Anvikshani, Varta, Terai, and there's one more. The Vidya, the knowledge about spiritual aspects, Anvikshani. Then Varta, which one hears in school and universities, that education. Then other is Terai, means all knowledge about Dharma, Arth, and Kama. But Shri Gurudev, he gives that real knowledge, the bona fide knowledge. And just like sun illuminate the whole universe, Shri Guru also illuminate the whole environment, the whole universe with that knowledge. And that's why uh, uh, he gives us this Brahm Gayatri mantra to male section. In that Brahm Gayatri, there is a word which we utter every day. Those who are prabhus, they know. We utter the word Savitur. The word Savitur means sun. But Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj explains in his explanation of this Gayatri mantra, even though the word Savitur applies to sun, but actually the word Savitur applies to the soul. Sun only sun can only give light, but because of the presence of soul, one perceives things around him. With his eyes, he can see. With his ears, he can hear. With his sense of touch, he can feel. This is all because of soul. Therefore, Savitur is soul. The world is seen because of the presence of soul, not because of the presence of sun. But just like sun illuminating the entire universe, Shri Gurudev also Brahmand Tarite Shakti Dhore Jane Jane. He has this potency to deliver the entire Brahmand, the entire universe. How he can deliver? Just like sun. He gives light, means the knowledge, the vidya. And he is also very mellow, he is also very soothing as moon. Because Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushital. The lotus feet of Sri Nityan Prabhu is very, very soothing, like million of moons. And in that song, it is also said, ah, Nitai Charana Satya Tahar Sevak Nitya. I'm just trying to solve this formula. And this is a formula. How there is a connection of sun and moon applies to Shri Guru Tattva, Shri Gurudev, uh, as it is applied by Shri Kaviraj Goswami to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shri Nityan Prabhu. So as he is like sun means effulgent, effulgent in his knowledge, with knowledge that is uh, experience, he has realization and he impart that realization along with knowledge and freely without any consideration one is qualified or not qualified. So he is similar like Mahaprabhu, illuminating the entire universe with his knowledge and can deliver the entire universe. Brahmand, Tarite Shakti, Dhore Jane Jane. He has this caliber to deliver the entire universe, just like sun. And we heard yesterday Brahmaji in Brahm Samhita said, Ya Chakshur Esha Savita Sakala Griyanam Raja Samasta Murti Ashesha Tejaha. Sun is the king of all the planets, and all the planets move around sun. If sun is absent from the all planets, then planets have not so much illumination or not so much significant. Sun is the cause, is the center, and they all move around sun. Similarly, Shri Gurudev is also like this. Everything move around Shri Guru Tattva. If Guru Tattva is absent from all other Tattva, then it has no significance. All planets moves around sun. Yeah, and then try to understand this analogy. Shri Guru is a potency of Krishna. Which potency? Krishna has so many potencies, innumerable potencies, but there are 18 prominent potencies, or some says 8. Vishnu Chakur Thakur also explains 8. Tushti, Pushti, Karuna, Haladani. These are the potencies of Krishna. So it is explained just like a lotus with 8 petals, and the middle part of the lotus is holding the all 8 petals. If the middle part of the lotus is absent, the petals cannot sustain. So amongst all these 8 prominent potencies of Krishna, the middle one, the middle portion, the important one is Karuna. The Karuna potency, the compassionate potency, the Kripa potency, which make, which always makes Krishna restless and encourage him to send his incarnations, to send his acharyas to this world, to deliver conditioned souls, the fallen souls. And that Karuna Shakti of Krishna assume one form and comes to this world for the sake of delivering conditioned souls like us. All the potencies move around this middle potency, the Karuna Shakti, the compassionate potency. Just like all the planets move around sun, and sun is the king of all the planets. So all other potencies are revolving around this Karuna Shakti. And Karuna Shakti is holding this. Imagine how powerful is Karuna Shakti, the compassionate potency. And that compassionate potency, the Karuna, as you take a form, you come to this world, and that is Shri Krishna Kripa Murti, the embodiment of the compassion of Shri Krishna, that is Shri Guru. That's why Shri Guru is compared to as sun, just like Mahaprabhu is compared to as sun. Understand? And Shri Gurudev is also like moon, soothing, where all fear goes away just by coming to him. Because Nitai Charana Satya Tahar Sevak Nitya. Nityam Prabhu is also compared to as moon, soothing like moon. And Nitai Charana Satya, the lotus feet of Shri Nityam Prabhu is all truth. Tahar Sevak Nitya. And similarly, the servants of the lotus feet of Shri Nityam Prabhu is also all truth. And what is the identity of my Gurudev? He is a dear servant, the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also Nityan Prabhu, being a manifestation of Sri Nityan Prabhu. Nityanand Abhin Tattva, even though not different from Nityanand Prabhu, ah, but always engage in service of Sri Nityan Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So very well said, Prabhu. Because you brought up this point, and I was thinking how Shri Gurudev is also is compared to a sun and moon, just like uh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityan Prabhu. Now, these verses, almost three verses says the same thing. ब्रजे ये विहार पूर्व कृष्ण बलराम कोटि सूर्य चंद्र जिनी दोहार निज धाम सई दुई जगते रे आई सदय गौड़ देश पूर्व शैल करिल उदय. So, just like Shri Krishna and Balaram, always wandering in Brajamandal, and their effulgence is just like million of sun and million of moon, or their effulgence is put to shame the effulgence of sun and million of moon. Therefore, these two brothers, yeah, being so much compassionate to the entire universe, they uday, they uday, they, they rise in Gaudadesh. Huh. Gaudadesh. We heard about sun in our class yesterday. How about moon? And I ended yesterday saying we will going to hear about moon today. What is the glories of moon? Shri Krishna, who is Sarva Avatari, the source of all incarnation, the cause of all causes, he appeared in Moon dynasty. Understand? Shri Ram appeared in Sun dynasty. And Shri Ram is exhibiting complete maryada, complete etiquette. Similarly, Mahaprabhu is also always always manifested complete maryada, complete etiquette. And further he says, Maryada ulangan mui sahite na pari. I can tolerate everything else, but I can't tolerate if anyone is transgressing any maryada and etiquette. And that's why there is so much consideration in giving respect to devotees. How one has to give respect to Kanishta Adhikari, to Madhyam Adhikari, to Uttam Adhikari. How we have to serve them. What is the Maryada? Who is senior? And many questions. There's endless questions like that. But Mahaprabhu, see, Mahaprabhu said, I don't like any transgression of Maryada, that etiquette. He don't like that. Therefore, in his life history, one thing we see is complete Maryada. Lord Shri Ram, Maryada Purushottam, appeared in Sun dynasty. Mahaprabhu, just like Shri Ram, showing complete Maryada, but plus with Prem Purushottam. Shri Ram is only Ram, and his Maryada Purushottam, or in other word, the God of Maryada. But Mahaprabhu is not present in Ram, but Ram is present in Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Mahaprabhu is exhibiting not only the complete Maryada etiquette plus oh, complete pastimes plus Prem Purushottam. Along with Maryada, giving prema. But while giving prema, is not following Maryada. Understand? Mahaprabhu following complete Maryada. But when the point comes to deliver fallen, when the point comes to give prema, then it's not following Maryada. You understand what? This is the glories of Mahaprabhu. This is not this statement is not minimizing his quality. That's the glorification. Transgressing Maryada only for giving prema to whom? Conditioned souls who are fallen. Because Maryada says only give prema to those who are qualified. And Mahaprabhu is patra apatra vicharam na kurute na chaparam vikshate. If anyone is qualified or not qualified, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving this frame. So that's why Surya Vansha. And then Krishna appeared in Chandra Vansha. Although Chandra, moon is fulgent and give light, so moon rays. But Krishna is dark complexion. So he get more effulgent when sun rays reflect on his blackish complexion. What is the connection of moon? Krishna appeared in the dynasty of moon. And the glories of moon exhibited when Krishna performed best of his all pastimes. Even though there are four qualities which are additional in Krishna than even his Vilas, Vigraha, Shri Narayan and other incarnations. Never to speak of demigods and jivas. The four additional madhuris, the sweetness, Sarvadbhut Chamatkar, Lila Kallol Madhuri, Atul Madhur Prem Mandat Priya Mandana, Sri Jagat Akarshi Murali Kal Pujita, Asma Urdam Roop Shri Vismapit Charachara, Lila Premna, these four additional madhuris. Sweetness, the Lila, the Rupa, the form, the beauty, then Prema and Venu Madhuri. So Krishna say, even though I play many pastimes, but when I think of Ras Leela, I don't know what happens to me. I just totally get lost in that pastime. Therefore, just the first verse of Ras Leela, Bhagwan apita ratri sharothul mallika viksharante manashakre yogamaya upashita. She Bhagwan, not an ordinary boy, teenager, is performing this pastime. Bhagwan, who is cause of all causes and who is endowed with all six opulences, is the one who is about to display enact the most favorite of his pastime. That's Ras Leela. But Yogamaya Pashita, he can't do this. He can't do this if he don't take shelter of Yogamaya. And who is the Yogamaya here? Radharani. Means the Ras cannot take place unless he takes shelter of Radharani. She is the Ishwari of Ras Leela. And that's why her name is Raseshwari. She is Raseshwari. But the second verse related to moon. Tato Urad, Tato Urad, Tato Urad Raja Kakubi Karan Mukham. Oh. प्राच्य विलंपनम अरुणेन शंतमय सा चरवसनम उद्गात चुको मृजम प्रिय प्रिय एव दीर्घ दर्शनम. What is the meaning? The moon then rose, pointing the face of eastern horizon with his reddish hue of his comforting rays. Moon rose. And what moon is doing? Pointing the face of uh, eastern horizon with his reddish hue of his comforting rays. This is what moon is doing. And thus dispelling the pain of all who watched him rise. It dispelling all the pain. The moon was like a beloved husband who returns after long absence and adorn the face of his beloved wife with red kumkum. This analogy is given. The moon was like a beloved husband who returns after a long absence, and wife is feeling separation. And the husband adorns the face of his beloved wife with red kumkum. What is the meaning of this verse? Vishnu Chakur Thakur explains this. When Krishna became inclined to enjoy under the spell of time and space, at that moment the moon, finding an opportunity to render service, rose of its own will. Krishna wants to have this Raslila. He wants to enjoy this Rasa dance. Then, the moment, that moment, the moon, finding this opportunity to render some service. Yesterday we heard how sun was seeking an opportunity to serve Krishna. And Dwadash, 12 suns came all together because Krishna was shivering, right? Because he was in Jamuna for some time subduing Kaliya. That is the service of sun. But moon also want to serve. Yes. And what is the service of moon? At that moment, the moon, finding an opportunity to render service, rose of its own will in eastern direction with its pleasing rays of light. Which direction moon rise? Eastern direction. The rising of the moon, who is the king of stars, Uru Rajaha. The sun is king of Raja Samas Murtis Ashesha Teja, planets. Sun is the king of all planets. And moon is the king of all stars. Moon is king of all stars. That means, okay, let me finish this first. The rising of moon, the king of stars, was another cause for inflaming of passionate desires. Now here, passionate desire means pure, 100% pure, loving desires. Not passionate like we have in this material world. Not that passion. This is pure love. No. So the moon also served Krishna and the gopis by illuminating their pleasure pastime with its brilliant light. So this is Vishnu Chakra Thakur. Very important. Although this is something Ras Lila, I'm not qualified to say this, but this is Siddhanta explained by Vishnu Chakra Thakur. We are not qualified, but Vishnu Chakra Thakur is giving this Siddhanta, and only because of that, I'm sharing this by reading. It's not my realization. When a lover meets his beloved after a long separation, he colors her face with kumkum, reddish color, with his own hand. Right? Similarly, the rising moon colored the face of the western direction. The moon rose from eastern direction, and the moon is smearing the face of the western direction with its reddish hue of its pleasing rays. When moon rise, then it is little reddish, right? Some reddish rays. So moon uh, is like a beloved who's smearing, anointing the face of western direction, the opposite direction, the lover with red uh, kumkum. The moon removed the discomfort caused by the heat of the sun. Similarly, moon also means Krishna removed the discomfort of the gopis who are feeling separation and burning in that separation. The idea of this verse is as follows. The moon god, this is interesting point. The moon god, the very founder of the dynasty in which Krishna appeared. Krishna appeared in which dynasty? Chandra Vamsha, right? The moon god, the founder of dynasty in which Krishna appeared, and the most ancient leader of the Brahmin community, possesses many wives of his own who were all quite fit to be enjoyed. Moon has so many wives serving him, yet he is touching the face of western direction, who is another's wife. And her name is Indira. See, so many details are there. We never ever heard this before. Ah. Moon has so many wives, but still he's touching the face of western direction. He rose with the red hue, touching the face of western direction, who is another's wife, namely Indira. By touching her, the moon god is also making her attracted to him. So this verse hints that if this is the case with the moon god, the leader of Krishna's dynasty, understand? Following my point? Then certainly there is no fault in Krishna, a descendant of this dynasty, enjoying with the gopis. What is the fault of Krishna? All this introduction was there to explain Krishna is no fault if he's dancing with someone other's wives. These gopis are married to someone else. But Krishna called upon them, playing his flute, and they all came and dancing with them. What is the fault of Krishna? Krishna is just following his ancestor. Yeah, Moon dynasty. If Moon can do this, why not Krishna? That's why I said, Mahajanoji Gata Sapantha, following the footsteps of your dynasty. So there is no fault in Krishna. Krishna Chakravarti Thakur explains. Then certainly there is no fault in Krishna, a descendant of his dynasty, enjoying with the gopis. After all, Krishna is fresh youth, intoxicated with the beauty. Huh. So this is one verse, followed by another verse. Two verses explaining about the moon. Then, Drishva Kumadvantam Akhanda Mandanam, Ramam Namam Arunam. Ramam Namam Tab Kumkum Arunam Vanam Cha, Tat Komala Gobi Ranjitam, Jagokalam, Vam Disham Manoharam. Lord Krishna saw the unbroken disk of full moon, glowing with red effulgence of newly applied kumkum, as if it were the face of the goddess of fortune. Understand? One more time. Krishna saw the unbroken disk of full moon. Full moon rose. Krishna saw this. And by seeing this, bas, he got inspired. That moon is stimulating his desires. In other words, moon is serving him. That Prabhu, now you have to serve the gopis. Or Prabhu, now gopis are ready to serve you. Or Prabhu, now Radharani is there to serve you. And now is the time for you to serve her. Moon is inspiring, stimulating that desires in the heart of Krishna to perform this Ras Lila, which is not enjoying Lila. I speak this many times. This is Prem Lila. This is serving Lila. Everything there is to serve each other, not to enjoy each other. If you go very detailed, in this topic. Oh. He's serving. This shows the glories of Sri Krishna, being compassionate in many ways. So Lord Krishna saw full moon glowing with red effulgence and red effulgence of newly applied kumkum as if it were the face of goddess of fortune, means Lakshmi. He also saw the Kumud lotus opening in response to the moon's presence. What Krishna saw? Because of moon presence, the Kumud is lilies, they are also opening in response to the moon's presence. Understand? The Kumud, the flowers also opening because of presence of moon. What is the meaning here? Because of the rising of Krishna, the gopis who are like lilies, like Kumudni, they are also opening now. Oh. Means they are coming to Shri Krishna to serve him. The Lord began to play sweetly on his flute, attracting the minds of beautiful eyed gopis. So, Krishna got this desire to perform Ras Leela by seeing the rising moon, keeping in mind the saying, what is in the mind of Krishna? Vishnu Chakur Thakur can read the mind of Krishna. Being eternal associate of Krishna means the maid servant of Radharani. And Radharani personally addressed Vishnu Chakur Thakur as what name? Hari Vallabha. Yes. Oh Hari Vallabha. Radharani addressed Vishnu Chakur Thakur with so much affection and compassion. Oh Hari Vallabha. So he can go into the mind of Krishna and can reveal what he's thinking. So what Krishna was thinking, here he said, keeping Krishna saw the rising moon and keeping in the mind the saying, whatever great men do, others will follow. Yadi yadi acharati shreshtas tat tat evataro janah. Whatever great men do, the general populace follow that. And seeing the behavior of the founder of his dynasty, who is the founder of dynasty of Krishna? Moon. Krishna felt free to make definite effort to attract others' wives there to enjoy without any fear. Oh, my moon. I'm in his dynasty. If he can do like this, why not I? Why not me? I can also do the same. So because of the moon, presence of the moon, the Kumud lotus can open. In interpretation for this, it is said, the presence of moon, Krishna gave pleasure to Kumud. Kumud. Kumud means, Mud means pleasure and Ku means earth. Krishna is giving pleasure to earth. Kumud. And other meaning is, so he's giving another meaning. The moon is the brother of Lakshmi, Rama. Another word of Lakshmi is Rama. Moon is the brother of Lakshmi. Huh? Moon is brother of Lakshmi. How come? Because they both appeared from churning of ocean. Srimad Bhagavatam. Demons and demigods when they're churning ocean. Lakshmi Devi appeared from the ocean. And similarly, moon also appeared from the ocean. In that relation, they both are brother and sister. Moon is brother of Rama, Lakshmi, because both were born from the churning of ocean. Therefore, his face resembles hers. Means the face of moon resembles what? Remembers? Face of Lakshmi. The word Rama here refers to Radha, means the original Lakshmi. Devi Krishnamai Prokta, Radhika Paradevata, Sarv Lakshmi Mai, Sarv Kanti Samoni. Actually, this is the formula going on. Remember, in mathematics, we used to learn so many theorems and formulas, and then getting connected to each, and x square plus y square is equal to formula. So difficult, right? This is also formula is going on. So many comparison of moon in comparison of sun. Formula to prove, to explain something. Yeah. So Radha ji, the word Lakshmi applies to Radha ji because she is Sarv Lakshmi Mai. Sarv Lakshmi Mai. That means the source of all Lakshmis in Vaikuntha. Radha ji is the source of all Lakshmis in the Vaikuntha, and she possesses all attractiveness to attract the all attractive personality of Godhead. Understand? So gopis are also Rama because they enjoy Ramante and give pleasure, Ramanti, to Shri Krishna. So, in essence, Krishna became absorbed in remembering the gopis' face upon seeing that moon. Krishna remembered the gopis. This also shows where is absorption of Krishna all the time. When you say gopis here means, of course, Radharani. Where is the absorption of Krishna all the time? Always Radharani. Anything he sees around him stimulate his desire to be with Radharani. Even if he see moon or even if he see any other objects around him, anything effulgent, anything golden, he remembers Radharani. And similarly, Radharani, Krishna Mai. जहाँ जहाँ नेत्र पड़े तहाँ कृष्ण स्फुरे. Wherever she glanced, she remembers Krishna. Seeing peacock, seeing clouds, seeing tamal tree, seeing Jamuna, all blackish complexion, remembers Krishna. And anything golden complexion, yellow complexion, reminds him of Radharani. And that remembrance gets so intense and so intense that Krishna, he wants to get fully absorbed, fully absorbed. He wants to forgetful about his identity as Krishna. He wants to forget this. Forgetting about himself, but remembering and absorbed in Radharani. When a person is intoxicated, what happens? He wants to forget everything, either in happiness or in sadness. I want to forget everything, intoxicated. But he get absorbed in something else, absorbed in intoxication, to get forgetful of his own identity. I don't want to remember anything. Such setback cheated me. Ah. So, taking shelter of alcohol, drinking, right? That's the case everywhere, universal. I want to forget about my misery. You're forgetting misery, but you are remembering something. What? You are absorbed and remembering intoxication. Similarly, Krishna, when he wants to forget his identity, that I'm Krishna, but he has to remember something and absorbed in something, and that is intoxication with that prema of Radharani. And when he get 100% intoxicated in that and absorbed in that, then Krishna become Radhamai. If Radharani can become Krishnamai, then Krishna can also become Radhamai. Hai. And when he becomes Radhamai, what he becomes? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he becomes Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then in that intoxication, he's crying, weeping, laughing, rolling on the ground. And this sun, Shri Gaur Sundar, as sun and as moon, all together rising. Where? In Gauradesh. After going through such pastimes. Is there any pastime Krishna, Mahaprabhu is remembering this? Yes. तीन कपाट प्रभु जाए न बाहिरे कबू सिंह द्वार पड़े कबू सिंधु तीरे. The Gambira, the house of Mahaprabhu, get locked by Govinda Prabhu so that he can't come out. But still, Mahaprabhu, he's breaking those locks. He's coming out. And sometimes he fall unconscious. He fell unconscious at the lion gate of Lord Jagannath's temple, Singhdwar. And sometimes he's jumping into ocean, thinking ocean as Jamuna. A Jamuna. Whole night he's in ocean. His golden complexion turned to white because he's in waters. And early morning, Swarup Damodar Goswami, all devotees came there. Mahaprabhu is not there. Search. The search has begun. Searching here and there, all directions. Swarup Damodar Goswami, he came to search near to ocean. While he's searching, he saw a fisherman who's acting crazy. Oh. How you say? He's like off. I said, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol. Don't go there. A ghost is there, a ghost is there. And Swarup Damodar Goswami is very sharp. Say, oh, he's not, he don't look like a mad person, and it's not so not look like haunted by a ghost because he's also chanting Hari bol. Something is strange and wrong. And Swarup Damodar Goswami slapped him. Hey, what you foolishly speaking? He slapped him. And when he got slapped, it was the touch of Swarup Damodar Goswami. He regained his consciousness. He said, I'm a fisherman. I throwed my net to get some fish and I got a very heavyweight fish. But it was not fish. It was a ghostly body. Even though I was scared, but I tried to touch that body. The moment I touched that body, I don't know what's happening to me. I'm just calling Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, spontaneously coming out from my mouth. I don't know what's happening to me. Swarup Damodar Goswami understood. Where is that body? He said, there. But don't go there. He's a ghost. And he smiled, Swarup Damodar Goswami. He's thinking, oh, you got very good touch of a ghost. Very good touch. We all need, the entire universe need this touch. What you got. And when Swarup Damodar Goswami, he saw Mahaprabhu, huge, tall body, all the joints open, the golden complexion turned to white complexion. Mahaprabhu is absorbed, intoxicated in that madness. Madanakya Mahabhav. Then devotees came over the scene and they start performing Sankirtan, chanting loudly Mahamantra. And Mahaprabhu heard this, he regained consciousness. And what he said, what is this kolahal? Kolahal means What is this disturbance you did to me? What? If anyone asks Shri Mahaprabhu, what is your purpose to come to this world? You want to give prema with what? Which instrument? With which weapon? Krishna Sankirtanam. And we are performing Krishna Sankirtanam. You're saying this is disturbance. Yes. That Krishna Sankirtan also got minimized in comparison to what Mahaprabhu is relishing at that moment. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Gosai Maharaj ji, his theory, his commentary on this. I'm remembering him by he used to say this. Mahaprabhu throughout his life, he's saying, Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Always speak, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Krishna Sankirtan. But in this state, when he is unconscious, lying on the bank of ocean, Swarup Damodar Goswami, other devotees performing Sankirtan, Mahaprabhu regained his consciousness and he chastised his devotees, saying, what is this kolahal? Being a big disturbance. That means in the realm of love, the comparison, there is some tartarme, there is some comparison. The Krishna Sankirtan got minimized in comparison to what he is relishing at that moment. Minimized. And then Mahaprabhu said, oh, where I am? Where am I? Where am I? I was in the bank of Jamuna. Krishna was playing flute. And I was seeing Krishna was playing flute and gopis were surrounded him. That peace in that absorption, what Mahaprabhu is thinking? Ras Lila. That was the absorption of Mahaprabhu. That is the absorption of Mahaprabhu. So this Ras Lila, where just by seeing the moon, stimulating the desires of Krishna. So I just try to connect this sun and moon in comparison to what? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shri Nityananda Prabhu both appeared together as sun and moon in Gauradesh to deliver everyone, to deliver the entire universe. But Godruma Vasirayas Dukha Dure Gelo Nadiya Brahmite Gora Elo Name Hate Gaur Elo Hate Sange Nitai Elo Hate Godruma Vasira Dukha Dure Gelo. The miseries of Godrum Vasis. What was the misery of Godrum Vasis? They were in darkness. They were ignorant, performing stupid rituals. But sun and moon, Shri Mahaprabhu and Shri Nitya Prabhu rose to dissipate this dukkha, this misery of Godrum Vasis. In other words, if they both appear to give happiness and bliss to the inhabitants of Shri Godrum, Shushi Nadia, Shunavdi Bhan. Hari Bole Moder, Gaur Hello. Hari Bole Moder, Gaur Hello. Gaur Pemanande, Hari Hari Go. Shri Nityan Prabhu ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Is there anyone to recite verses today? Did I say to someone? Oh yes, from South Africa, Dhanishka. Are you there? Janma and Dhanishka?